Today I'm at Oulton Park, which is a race circuit located in Cheshire between Chester and Crewe. Before it was a racing circuit, it was actually a large manor house built in the early 1700s with some rather large gardens to suit. But in 1926 it was destroyed by a fire, and then for good measure in 1940 it was bombed. By the early 1950s, this area didn't have much in the way of racing circuits, and the Mid-Cheshire Car Club wanted to change that. And by 1953, they had permission to build a basic rectangular racing circuit on the grounds. Over the years, it has evolved. Today, the full circuit is 2.8 miles long, and there's a shorter circuit called the Foster Circuit, which is 1.66 miles long. I've just been out and done some sighting laps to familiarise myself with the circuit, and I have to say, first impressions are promising. This is not an airfield that's been converted into a race circuit. It shows this is purpose built. All the corners are technical. There's no basic left, rights and straights. I don't know how to do any of these corners yet, and there's even a right-hander with a really steep banking that leans the car over good and proper. That'll be a lot of fun once I'm used to the circuit. There is a lot of hills here, which increases how fun it is, but it means at the moment I don't know which way to go. After the brow of the hill, I don't know if we're going straight, left or right, which makes things interesting. However, I have a bit of a problem and I am nervous. It's the 4th of December, it's 4 degrees outside, it's wet, it keeps raining, and I have these Bridgestone Potenza S001 tyres on, which are great in the dry, but they don't seem very good in the wet. I have provoked the throttle, and when I say provoked, a tiny bit of provocation, a couple of times on a couple of the bends to see how much grip there is, and this car went very sideways very quickly. So there's not a lot of grip out there. I'm going to change to some Michelin PS4s after this track day to see how they are. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to try and sniff out the grip, red flag the slip, and hopefully today I can piece together a good lap to show you. Take 3. Gosh, this is not that fun. It's 3 PM and I'm not enjoying this. This is survival. The road surface is horrific. There's water, leaves and the residue from leaves, mud, and now about a car width of oil going around the last third of the circuit, and you can follow it into the paddock and you know it's oil because it's got that like rainbow effect on it, which is making driving around here nigh on impossible. And my tyres, which are just useless at going round bends. I reckon I can pull 0.1 to 0.2 of lateral G before I feel the things start to slide, which is incredibly low. I'm quite experienced driving in the wet. I've done more wet winter track days than I have summer, and this is not normal, so I'm looking forward to getting some new tyres. And the trouble with that is I can't get into a rhythm. I can't go around the circuit quickly, find a good line, know when I can left foot brake, know what gear I need for each circuit, because I'm forever going around the circuit differently because I have to let faster cars pass, or I'm just dodging mud that's been thrown onto the road from somebody going off, because people are going off here a lot. There's been a lot of spins. That means you get a yellow flag, which then turns into a red flag because they need to recover the car that's spun off. And I've only left this circuit because of red flags. I've never actually gone, I've had enough now, let's get off. It's always been a red flag. That's how many red flags there's been today. And I've not actually had that much time out there to really get a groove on, know the circuit and know how to do it. There's been a couple of impacts that I've seen. I actually saw one happen where a Ford Focus Mark 1 hit the barrier quite hard, and there was a blue Clio who hit the barrier of its front quite hard. I didn't actually see it hit, but I was there very shortly afterwards. Both those put a load more mud on the road and of course caused a red flag. I'm looking forward to getting some new tyres on this, some Michelin PS4s, see if they make it better in the wet, because this car is fantastic in the dry. I love how this car handles. I prefer it to my VX220. It's not more capable, it's just more fun and more playful, but at the moment, no, I don't like it one bit. But the circuit, it's good. I know this has been a bit of a washout today. This has not been good for me. It's not been that enjoyable, it's been a bit of a waste of time. But I know this circuit's good. The corners are brilliant. The hills are nice. You get compression where you go down, you feel yourself compress into the seat, and then you go up and you go up a little bit over the top. Some fast bits, some technical bits. I'll put it up there with Cadwell Park. Is it better than Cadwell Park? So I say Cadwell Park has to be one of my favourites. I don't know. I would say it feels a bit safer than that place, but it's very similar. Probably neck and neck. These tyres aren't all bad though. They are very good in the dry, and they're good under braking in these conditions. Although I can't go around bends very quickly, I can brake quite harshly. When I say harshly, I don't mean like an idiot slamming the brakes on going full ABS, but I can get quite a lot of power on the brakes. 0.7 G I would guess, and I'm quite good at guessing G because I've got a G sensor in my other car, so up to about 1 G I can assign a number to the feeling. Not exactly, but roughly. Over a G, I wouldn't have a clue because I'm not used to experiencing that. Today has made me remember exactly why I like driving on circuit, and that's cornering speed. I like going through corners quick. That's where I find the fun, because I've been able to go quickly on a straight and brake firmly, but that is the boring bit of driving around the tracks. Being able to go around the corners, that's fun, and that's not what I've been able to do today. I'm driving not much more quickly than I would on a country road. Around the corners, that is, of course, not in a straight line. If you think this video helps you learn a little bit about Oulton Park, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to get my future videos. And until the next one, cheerio.